What's up? It's AK Babyface. Subscribe to supporting icons for the latest boxing news.
Alright everyone, hope you're all doing fantastic. Now Joe Joyce and Big Baby Jarrell, these guys have resumed their war of words on social media, which was started around about a year ago, where Joe Joyce, he said that he wants to fight with Big Baby Jarrell. Big Baby Jarrell said, "You can't afford me." Of course, Joe Joyce, who was with David Haye at the time, didn't really have those kind of funds. That, of course, meant that Big Baby Jarrell at the time was going to risk his position against a guy who'd only had, 2 or 3 fights at the time, I think it was. So, ultimately, the fight didn't happen. Much like most opponents that Joe Joyce calls out, they never quite materialise. So, leads me to either presume either he's highly ducked or he's never serious about the call-outs. Either way, these guys have resumed their war of words, and Joe Joyce and Big Baby Jarrell have said to each other, "Send the contract, let's get this fight done, riley, rah." So let's wait and see what happens. Now, we do know that Jarrell was supposed to fight Joe Joyce for the European heavyweight title, but all that fell apart. Jarrell pulled out of the purse bid, and in which case the European title is vacant. So maybe Joe Joyce may still go down that route. Is he serious about Big Baby Jarrell? Who knows? But he has said to Miller, keep clean. All right? Is what it is. Now, ultimately, I think Jarrell Miller, isn't his suspension up at the end of next month? Or potentially at least, I'm not too sure, even if he even was suspended. But what we do know is that he has said that he'll be enrolling in VADA, and this was a few months ago, so he should have enrolled into VADA by now and consistently proved that he's a clean athlete. So, of course, when it comes to him applying for his license, he'll probably get it back, right? Now, regardless of any of that kind of thing, we've covered those kind of that situation, at least to death. Don't particularly want to go over old ground with it. But as far as the fight goes, if these guys do fight, would you and I watch it? Of course we would, right? And it's a very interesting fight, one that we don't really know who's going to win that fight, where both of these guys are predominantly front foot fighters, and they throw pretty decent sized punches as well. Joe Joyce, not the fastest in the world. Jarrell Miller, as much as to look at him, you wouldn't think so, he throws a hell of a lot of punches per round, a hell of a lot. But was any of that PED induced in the past? We don't know, do we? So we'll have to wait and see if this fight materialises. If it does, it'd be a great addition to a BT Sport card. I think Frank Warren, he needs a few more decent cards, and I think Jarrell Miller versus Joe Joyce is a decent fight for what it is. As there'll be a lot of people who won't like it purely because of Jarrell Miller's history with PEDs, or most recent history, of course. And, of course, Joe Joyce, he did struggle against Bryant Jennings last time out, where he nearly had him out of there in the first round. Well, I'll say nearly. Joe Joyce had to muster up a lot of inner strength to get through it, and got laced up quite a bit in that fight against Bryant Jennings. Bryant Jennings is a pretty decent fighter. Let's not totally discredit it, but I think Jarrell Miller is better than Bryant Jennings. So if Joe Joyce can fight Big Baby Jarrell Miller and get the win, hats off, props, big props. But ultimately we'll have to wait and see if this fight happens. But either way, both of these guys are saying send the contract over to each other. So let's wait and see if one of these guys actually sends a contract. Let's wait and see. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.